you, G. Is it for my tentacles? Welcome, everybody, to Hermitcraft episode 22. Can you believe we're on episode 22? I've textured the skull. It's still not done, but I've just worked on it a little bit. You know, I'm slowly picking away at it, and I've added some mushrooms. I was inspired by the bogged head, which seems to have some sort of, you know, maybe it's flesh, maybe it's fungus. I'm gonna choose to believe that it's a cottagecore fungus type of moment. So I decided to do the same to my skull. I'm liking it so far. I feel like that's pretty good between episode progress. These are definitely gonna be useful to get some more details on those tentacles. Very thoughtful, Grian. In the previous episode, I worked on my coral shop, which is very exciting. And in the episode before that, we worked on the monster that lurks in the deep. I've also added a small detail to this tentacle. It's hauled up a crab pot that happens to have a guardian in it. There was a spare guardian floating around and, you know, we needed to do something with it. And having it in there makes for a fun little detail. So yeah, the base is slowly gaining detail after detail. And today I want to continue that and add more details to our village. You see, there's an area that's been bothering me, and this spruce tree is marking it. This big area here is basically where I've been doing all of my tree farming, but it's also got the entrance to my mine and my poor horse Skipper, along with some chickens. I've just been hanging out here. And, well, this is very, like, episode 2 vibes, not episode 22 vibes. And since I'm feeling 22 in this episode, let's make room for a much improved structure here. I really must have been dreaming when I woke up this morning because I really thought that I was going to jump into this episode and be able to just build another structure because that's what I've been doing. But actually, in order to build this one, I think we have to start with the terrain, and that means a lot of this hill has got to go. Now, I'm not flattening the hill, I'm just putting my own hill. Similar to what I did on the side of the skull there, we just need like a better hill, and it would be silly to sit a structure on this hill before the hill exists, if you know what I mean. So, you know, here I am, terraforming. I'm sure you probably already know this about me if you've been watching for long enough because I always complain about it, but I don't actually love terraforming. It's not my favorite thing. If I can work with the vanilla terrain, I'm normally going to, okay? It's usually fine. But I think for this particular project, I really want to expand my skills. And so we have a few different terraforming projects happening. You know, we've got the one below the ocean. I've been terraforming all of this whole like bay, the Kraken den, like this whole area. And then we've got the skull, which is kind of terrain, you know, a little bit. And now we have this hill. Hopefully, by the end of the season, I'll be able to say that I'm a little bit more practiced in my terraforming skills. Yeah, this is definitely one of those cases of something getting quite a lot worse before it gets better. That was a lovely terraforming session, but it's time to get into the actual meat of the project now. And for that, we're going to need to build up the foundation of what will be this structure right here. The function of the structure, I suppose, is mostly a mine entrance. And to start, I'm gonna just cover it up. It's fine. Skipper, you might also have to move. For now, it's fine though. Since it is a mine entrance, my first idea for this structure was to give it a much bigger foundation. Not only will that kind of fit the aesthetic a little bit more, but it'll also allow the scale of this build to just work a lot better with the surrounding area. I want this base to be built up almost like a 3-tiered cake. We've got our shorter buildings out here on the front, and then on this layer we'll do our medium-sized buildings. Then in the back I have my largest building, which is going to be the castle that's on this hill. None of the builds around here are going to be mega builds per se, but you know, these ones will be larger than those ones, and it'll all roughly be scaled to our starter house boat. This is gonna take a lot of logs. Oh boy. They used almost a full stack just to do the perimeter. So as you can see, compared to this building here that also has a foundation, this one's already quite a lot larger. And I'll tell you what, it definitely needs an entranceway. I'm gonna count 3 out here and then 5 across. And that, I think, should make for a big enough entranceway into the main building. I just like to generally know what the flow of the interior is going to be and like where we're going to enter, so that's good to mark out. Now we need to move on to the next stage, which is framing out all of the different roofs. And for that, I want to give you a quick little tutorial about how I think about building structures in Minecraft. Or well, building these structures. Anyways, yeah, take it away, Tutorial Gem. Yes, thank you. Hello everyone, Tutorial Gem here. Now, when it comes to making structures in this style, here is how I go about it. You start with your basic structure, a starter house, if you will. Rectangle with a triangle on top. Could be whatever shapes you want, but you know, we're gonna start with this one. Once you have this basic structure, you're gonna build more of them, layered on top of the first one. You can change up your shapes a little bit if you want, but the basic premise stays. Now that we have that framed in, all we have to do is fill it in, and then add the details. And since we're building a village, we're gonna also want to add something unique. I'm gonna call this an asset. This asset could be anything, but here are a few examples that I prepared. A fish, a flag, you get the idea. For our structure today on Hermitcraft, we will be adding a sail. Now, let's go apply these concepts to our build on the server. Thank you, Science Gem. Now it's time to really get started on this, and we're just gonna go in with like initial framing and see if I can get that stack of houses type of vibe without it exactly looking like just a stack of houses. Very similarly to the tutorial, actually, for this first one, it is just your basic starter house type of shape, but it's our entranceway, so, you know, it's lower to the ground. It doesn't have to be as fancy. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'll do. And then behind that, I want to do a big, long structure. But to add just a little bit more detail and interest, I'm going to kind of vary the height over on this side and maybe just put up a couple of supports here. Yeah, that looks pretty good, actually. Now I'm going to do this long roof here, which will allow me lots of space to stack up yet another layer, which is important because there's a lot of details that I want to pack in here. Here we can see that at the moment, this is basically the tutorial house. It's 3 structures intertwined together, although I have added some, you know, extra flair with this bit off the side, but it is essentially what I said in the tutorial. 1, 2, 3 houses just kind of stacked on top of each other. Now, I do have a concern with that top one, though. These are sort of all about balancing your weight, and I think this one up here, it's just looking a bit big. I was thinking maybe instead we could go for a slab roof up there. That'll kind of adjust the height and I think just make it look a tiny bit more elegant. I really like it so far. I want to go ahead and mark out now exactly where I'm going to put that sail because as you may have saw in the tutorial, that's a pretty big asset to be adding to this. It's gonna make a huge difference, and I think I want to put it right here on this corner, kind of on the diagonal right here, which should still lead you kind of out towards the ocean, towards the windmill. It should keep that line of sight really well established, and that spot right there should be perfect for it. I believe now we are sort of at the fill it in stage. Or perhaps somewhere between the fill it in stage and the frame it out stage. I've got to go ahead and establish the rest of the framing on the back here, even though you won't really see this part. And actually, I may just make this entire back bit kind of touch the house so that the interior can get larger. The hardest part of doing these slab roofs is just copying it over. I have to keep looking at what I'm doing and make sure that I've got it the same over here. I believe that is correct. Something that I love that I've done over here is add this little kind of secondary smaller pole. This is for electricity here, and I think I want to have the power lines kind of connect up to this one, but especially right here. I've just kind of temporarily placed it right now, but this is on a straight diagonal from where the sail is going to go. I'm hoping to kind of connect these together. Maybe it'll be kind of an electrical station, or maybe it'll just be like for banners or decoration. Whatever it is, I want this build to be absolutely packed with detail. And for my next trick, I think it's time we fill in this thing. Literally just gonna color it in. We gotta do all the walls and all the roofs, and then we'll come back and be able to add in a bunch of details. I've tried to do something with the roof here, and I don't know that it's worked. We're gonna have to keep working on it. I'm trying to make each of these buildings just a little bit different. This one's got the roundish roof, that one's kind of straight like that, and it's got this little stone part coming off of it. And then this one, I was gonna try slabs, okay? And I'm not completely sold on it, especially from down here. It's a bit too much of an overhang, I think. I just need to figure out how to adjust it. And I think I'm gonna do that by adding the details. First of all, we need to add the structural details. There are more things in this structure that I think would help. As per our very scientific tutorial, we have 3 basic structures here. I think we need to add more. To balance out this side over here, I think I'm gonna put another overhang here. And then to balance out the sail and this big roof, I'm gonna put another overhang here. So 2 more starter house type vibe structures on this structure, if you will. The first mistake that I think that roof makes is it's the only one like it. So to kind of pair with it, I'm gonna also make this little roof over here also out of slabs. Hopefully that should blend things in a little bit better. And I guess we could break down some of this wall. I'm trying to do all my walls in the same color scheme, but with different textures. So we're using jungle wood, we're using mushroom, we're using mud, we're using the stripped jungle logs. We're getting some variety in here wherever I can. I feel like that's gonna really help when we get to the detailing phase and get to tie everything together. I'm using that same concept on the actual roofs as well. So on the very top, I used a bunch of the bamboo planks. And I think to tie that roof to that roof, I'm going to use the bamboo planks again, but down here. Hopefully it'll all make sense at the end. The problem with using all of these blocks is definitely inventory management. Oh my gosh. I feel like I have no room for anything. I really want to add in another block though. Oh, hello. I love that I can just kill these guys now and we get ominous bottles. Come on, come here. Yeah, that's it. Oh, this is a shovel. That's embarrassing. There you go. You're dead. Anyways, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I want to add in another block, and I think that's going to be mangrove logs. I really like the way these look, and we're using a lot of dark oak. And if you look, those 2 look really good together. So let's add that into our build. Oh, and I almost forgot. While I'm down here, same concept, oak logs and stripped spruce. Hold on. Stripped spruce, oak logs. They look really good together. These and these, same vibe, same energy. We're gonna use it all. This is fine. Next structure, I'm gonna put right here on this roof. And because we're going for a pretty rustic style here, I'm not centering this. This may really annoy some of you who like to be perfectionists and very symmetrical and stuff, but I don't want very much of this build to be symmetrical. It's a choice. I'm doing it intentionally. Almost everything is slightly off center from each other. It's gonna look fine. Trust me. Trust the girl with the arrow in my eyeball. I promise I can see fine. And once again, coming in with that slab roof look to hopefully go with the current one. I feel like I'm not utilizing trapdoors quite enough. Does that? No. That, it can't go there, I don't think. Unless, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that this is the spot, but I do think that I should keep them in my inventory and keep them in mind. You can see I used them right here on this edge just to add an extra little step, and I do think that looks good. So, we'll keep them. Now for the oak and spruce, I'm gonna be using this over on this wall right here. This kind of really is just meant to be a little bit of a structural detail to add some support to this really big roof that we've got here. I'm also not sure if I should do that maybe. Like would this, something like this look better? Hold on, I need yet another trapdoor. Maybe we get in a little touch of red. It could look good. There's potential. Okay, maybe we just need something underneath. Yeah. Looking at it now in the context of this pathway that we're going to be walking along, I feel like I like it. Okay, it doesn't have like any of the other stuff that we need. The next step is definitely getting in like probably just all of our windows and maybe finally going ahead and adding that sail. I don't want to alarm anybody, but I think it might be detail time. That structure bit that we just did was by far the most important part of this build. Now we're going in with the details, which thankfully our structure allows us to do easily. Adding in that sail asset makes a huge difference, and otherwise I'm basically just adding in windows, balconies, doorways, things like that to really boost the underlying structure in this build. Good news, as well as the detailing phase is going on this, we have to have an interruption for that thing that we can't talk about. A while ago, I sent mail to Cubfan. It was like 2 months ago at this point. I am so sorry. I did send it though. I did invite him through the mailbox in the lighthouse. And then today I poked him on Discord because I was like, well, maybe he just didn't receive that mail. So anyways, Cubfan's gonna come and we're gonna have a little fight. Before Cub gets here though, just noticed Skiz is online. If you don't know, Skiz recently became a full-time content creator. Yeah, that's right, go send your congratulations. Which now means that he's actually online at the same time as me. Which means I get to torture him. Oh, it's fantastic. I haven't been able to torture Skiz because I really just haven't seen him as much as I'd like to. God, he hasn't had a true taste of being neighbors with me yet. I'm so excited.
Gemstone!
Hello.
Hey, so I was over there, and I gotta tell you, that was the most effective breeze yet because I came out of my skin.
You went so high off the top of your pyramid. It was the perfect clip. I was just telling my audience how you went full-time on content creation, and that now I get to see you during my workday as well, so now you get to get a taste of what it's like to really be neighbors with me.
Nice. I like it. I'm in for it. Well, so when you did that, I came out of my skin because I was like literally doing something else on my computer. And I just like, oh, jeez, what happened? And then I realized it. So I don't know if you saw my escape, but I dove into Impulse's lot and flew low behind the wall up around the mountain so I could try to sneak attack.
I did not. I have no idea where it was coming from at first. These are so cool.
I can't get enough of them.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, Cub.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
I'm good. I got a message from you.
Uh-huh.
It says, meet me under the big skull next time we're both online.
Oh, sure enough. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right.
These berry bushes.
We're under the skull. Listen, I have something very, very important to invite you to, okay?
Okay.
I want you to be a part of the Fight Club.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
what does that entail? What does that entail?
There's
Jen?
only really one rule, and that's that you can't talk about Fight Club. And basically, we just make a secret little arena under our bases, and each of us have a different type of like fighting. So Joel is the founder of this, and he did swords. And then I was the second member, and I did trident. So me and you are going to fight right now, see who wins, try out my arena, and then it's your turn.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
First off, the arena's a secret, obviously, so we have to go through the secret entrance.
Okay. All right.
It's in the sewer system down here.
Very secret. Very
Of
secret.
course. Yeah. Just right through here, and then down this hole.
I see. And down the hole. And out here. Aha. Oh, wow.
Perfect. So inside both mine and Joel's arena, we have these scoreboards. These barrels, as you can see, we're hoping for more members, but at the moment we only have 3. We'll basically put the head of our opponent. So if you win right now, you'll put my head in your barrel, and that's how we're keeping score.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So you could pick a side. What this is, you'll have the armor and a trident and a bed to click on and a place to put your stuff. And if you want, we can PvP.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. I'll go to the opposite side. I'll do
All right, let's do it.
Here. Take off all stuff.
Yep.
And then
I'm nervous.
this.
I don't even do. It's Riptide 1, by the way.
Oh, is it? Okay. We put on the armor too, Jem.
Yeah, let's. You know what? I haven't tested this, but we'll give it a go. It'll probably work. Joel had swords. It was a lot easier. Everybody knows how swords work.
Yeah. Ooh, and there's like a. Okay, there's a thing.
All
here
right,
too. Okay,
this
so-
is the fighting arena. So I'm gonna count us down. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And then we'll fight by riptiding repeatedly into each other.
Riptide. Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Ah. Ah. Oh my goodness. Oh. Get back here.
What is this even?
Oh, I fell. Where's she at? Oh my goodness. Ooh, that was
no.
close.
I didn't click spawn, but I spawned on top, so I can
That
still
was
hear you.
close.
That
Yep, I can still
was
hear you. I can
fun.
still hear you. That was very fast paced. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it might need more armor. Not sure. Gonna keep adjusting it, but it was fun. It was good. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like the arena size especially was really good.
Yeah.
Here's
All right.
2 things. There might be one more down there. I'm not sure. But that was great. I'm gonna put your head in the chest.
Yeah.
You wanna go
put it
again?
in- Put in your. Yeah, we can have a rematch if you want.
Okay, I gotta actually die first though. Hit me with the trident, Gem.
Oh.
I was pretty low, so
There you go. There's your pants, and I'll just put that one on the wall, 'cause that doesn't count.
all right. Sounds good. I gotta get my boots too. Do the boots have? No, they don't have anything. They just died. Okay. All right. We ready for round 2?
Yep. I'm ready. You ready?
All right. I'll count us in.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. Woo. Okay, I took a little fall damage.
I
I'm
took
fine,
fall
I'm
damage
fine.
trying to get you.
Ah! No! Get back here! I didn't go. I swear, I had it pulled back and it didn't go. Jeez.
Riptide is so weirdly like, I don't know. It's hard to control.
Yeah, you go into the spinning animation and sometimes like it stays in for like an extra fraction of a second. it
Yeah,
seems.
that was really close though.
That was good. Yeah, that was
Okay,
fun.
there's your stuff. I will also deposit your head.
Awesome.
All right, so now it's your job to take on joining this club. You've got to choose a thing to make a PvP arena. I obviously themed mine to my base. Joel kind of themed his as well. I don't know,
Yep.
maybe you could do like fireworks or whatever you think.
Yeah,
Make
that's
a
what I was
little
thinking.
super secret PvP arena, and then you've got to
Okay.
pick someone to challenge.
Okay. All right.
Got
I
it?
will do that. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm gonna do that immediately. Actually, that sounds like a blast. Literally.
I'm so
literally.
excited. Fight Club is so good. Thank
All
you
right,
for
thanks, Joe.
joining.
This was a blast.
Yeah. Well, there we have it. An official new member to the Fight Club. We'll have to tell Joel next time we see him online, which is not right now. For now, I think we'll turn our attention back to our house. I'm so happy with our arena, though. It's just under this melon field right here, so it's funny that my bed was like set on top here. We'll have to plan the building that's gonna also go in the space to hide things a little bit better. I am happy with the size of that arena though. I feel like the Riptide one really worked in that sort of space, and the fight didn't take too long, which is exactly what you want. Mr. Cub? Couple things to fix up around here. First of all, Skipper. Skipper's gotta move. I've just kind of left Skipper there through the whole building process, and honestly, he's been a good sport, but it's time to move and get him out of the chicken pen. Also, I think I want a flag right there. Maybe a pop of color, a color that isn't green, yellow, pinkish, maybe like a red. I don't think I should do orange just because of that fish in the background, but maybe a red, maybe a blue. I'll think on it. And then we just need a bunch of foliage. To be honest with you, nobody really visits on horseback anymore, so I feel like I'm just gonna make a pen here for Skipper. I'm not really gonna worry about other people having a spot to park their horse. Although, if you want to park your horse in Skipper's pen, I suppose you can. Skipper, where are you going? Yeah, who said you could go anywhere? I think we can just clean up this area a little bit, put some moss down for Skipper, and then I do believe I'm literally gonna keep this as a horse pen. Yeah, just like that. I mean, it's basic, sure, but does it do the trick? Yes, it does. It sure does. Skipper seems happy about it. All right, now what do horses need? Probably a hay bale and maybe a cauldron. Hay bale. I think Skipper will be a lot happier in there. Now, for the flag. We're doing a lot of talk about pairs of blocks today, and I think this is a really underutilized combo. In my next hardcore episode that comes out, you're gonna see this combo. I think it's cool. Yep, perfect. Now for the foliage. Nailed it. I am so unbelievably happy with how this came out. I was just really in the mood today to like build a really detailed, really cool, rustic, tropical house. Not to worry, I have begun work on the interior and we have great access down into the mines and also tons of room in here to be cleaned up for future activities. For now though, I do believe that's about all the time that I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed getting kind of an in-depth look at me building this creation. I really love it. I still have a few things to clean up. The interior, this cliff texturing needs to continue to kind of go into this area, and you know, we just got to do the whole hill behind it. All these paths still need to be done. Yeah, there is building to be done, and there is lots of time left to do it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.